Actually, it'd probably be good. I'm going to get canceled for this. It'd actually probably be good for the population if women got drafted, because here's what happens actually with the volunteer force of women. If they ever do face a deployment, a lot of these female soldiers just get pregnant to avoid having to be deployed.
Genius.
So it actually, this
The
is
fertility rate would go up.
Hold on, Charlie. I think actually conservatives need to get on board with the female draft.
Maybe. But no, you have to stay pregnant.
Charlie, I need you to commit on the whatever podcast here that you actually are in favor of the female draft, because they get drafted, right? We draft only women, and then they're gonna get pregnant so they can avoid being deployed.
If there is a pregnancy exemption, they still allow certain pregnant women to.
No, if you're pregnant, you can't be deployed.
How about like only third trimester can't get deployed, but first and second?
They have pregnancy jumpsuits, but they're not in the Air Force, which is.
I think this could be a great talking point for the Conservative Party. Let's draft the women, and then we'll fix the population problem.
Which we have a huge population.
A lot of women get pregnant. We will have to ban schmishmortion, and just.
And then everyone's going to be raised in a single parent household. That's horrible.
No, of course.
I hate
they
that
get
for
married,
everyone.
they get married.
They get married to their husband who's deployed. Also,
Hey, why not?
everything sucks.
We'll figure it out. Anyways.
War is bad across the board.
Yeah.
But wait, so okay, don't draft women because then we can't repopulate. Is that kind of the argument?
Yeah, that was one of them, yeah.
Okay, what if we only draft like 1 million women?
Okay, so you want to put a marker on we can draft 1 million women and unlimited men. Wouldn't that also not be equal under your eyes?
No, just like say 1 million women, 1 million men. Or 10 million women, 10 million men. That would be equal.
And if they can prove that those 1 million women are competent and would advance the war just as much as those 1 million
Probably
men.
not, but
exactly,
we
that's
still
my
draft
point.
them.
No, but that's my point.
No, but equality, we still draft them.
But wouldn't you want, in a war, the people
Then
going
why
to
do
war,
we have women for the volunteer force, which you're in favor of?
Because I do believe that the women who are volunteering know that they can provide quite a bit to the war. They're not just like,
Really?
Well, I would assume so. Why would a woman volunteer if she's not certain that she can provide some type of,
Well, I mean, people volunteer for all kinds of reasons. Some people do it for financial reasons. Perhaps they're coming from a very low socioeconomic position. Getting into the military can be helpful in that way. Perhaps people want an experience, discipline. They want to serve their country.
That's true, but I don't think most women would put their lives on the line and have that be their number one option. Just volunteering just because like shits and gigs, like I want to volunteer,
Okay. Right. So I haven't really heard a compelling reason, at least from the feminist standpoint, as to why women shouldn't be drafted.
But why would you want women to be drafted is my question as a man.
For the sake of equality.
But wouldn't you want your country to do good in war, not just for the sake of equality?
So if I make that same argument about the workforce, would you call that a sexist statement?
With what exactly?
Would it be a sexist statement? I'm not arguing this, but the same argument you're making about, well, wouldn't you want the best for the war effort? Couldn't you just make that argument about the volunteer force? So women can't join the military. You could say about policemen, police officers, firefighters, etc.
I'm not really catching your drift.
You said
you don't want women, so you're trying to exclude women from other workforces is what you're asking me?
Well, you said, wouldn't you want the best people?
Yes, for the war, yeah. Because because if we lose the war, is that not a big deal?
That'd be a big deal.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like, let's put equality to the side in terms of the war, because the war is really going to affect all of society, not just man or woman.
But you could even draft women into positions of, for example, not frontline soldiers.
Cybersecurity.
Yeah, and if you can prove that those women are competent and they can do that, then yeah, go ahead.
That still wouldn't really be equality, but it would be closer.
But that would be good, yeah.
It would be closer to equality.
Exactly.
And actually, most positions in the military are not frontline combat positions. So I wouldn't, so I'm just a little confused here.
What are you confused about if we just agreed on the same point? Just because I label myself as a feminist and I have the same opinion within this as someone who's not a feminist?
But it seems like when you want equality
only when it suits women. I've made that clear that I don't want it when it just suits women. I want it when it benefits society.
Well, so then you acknowledge...
Is that really hard to understand?
A little bit. So then you acknowledge that there's an inequality that's currently impacting men, because men are the only sex that are required to register for the selective service.
Yeah, that's an inequality in terms of, if one sex has to go to war,
so your solution then is to get rid of the draft?
My solution to that would just be let's not go to fucking war.
Well,
that would make shit equal.
Yeah, war bad.
But obviously that's exactly. But since that's not a realistic thing that the U.S. will do, and that's why we're just continuing.
What if it has nothing to do with the U.S.? What if there's a belligerent force like China or Russia or something?
Okay, well, either way.
Beaten Cheeks donated $300.